Have you ever had a time when you've been talking to friends of yours or family and you found that you think they're zoning out and not taking any notice of what you're saying, and they're not interested in what you have to say? Well, if you do and you feel hurt about that, there are a few things I'd like to share with you as to why you shouldn't. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. Now, if you're here for the first time, my name's James, and for a couple of years now, I've been doing this YouTube channel, sharing bits and pieces of knowledge that I've learned along the way in this road of life. And I like to share it to you to give you a bit of encouragement in your life, if you like, as you go forward. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But it seems so nice out there. Let's go outside and talk about it. One of the things I've realised is that people aren't really interested in us. They're always interested in themselves. And it struck me so many years ago when friends didn't have the same interests as I did. They didn't have the same hobbies. My best friend, for example, has no interest whatsoever in my love of music. He doesn't really like films. But on the other hand, he loves Formula One, and I couldn't care less about it. And so you see, we all like different things. And so when we're talking to people about the things that get us excited, it can seem hurtful that when we're telling the people this sort of stuff, that they just look at us with that look of like, oh, come on, talk about something else, I'm really bored now. I think the thing that many of us don't seem to realise is that in this day and age, we all seem to have busy lives with so much going on. And for many of us, we get in the grips of what we're doing, and we don't have the time to think about anything else. And so in this day and age, as we all have our busy lives, there is always something going on. It's often that we get so wrapped up in our own lives that we don't have the time or the patience, to be honest, to listen to the trivia of other people's. And as much as we know it, it doesn't seem to make any difference. And yet, even though we feel that way when we're looking at our lives, we still get upset when somebody else does the same thing. And I think it's because of this reason that I wanted to talk about this today. Many of us have hobbies that we like to partake of. And because we like our hobby, we want to talk about it to other people. Let me give you an example. This channel of mine, this YouTube channel of mine, is something that I spend a lot of time on. I'm quite proud of the way that it's going. When I first started it, I told a lot of my friends about it, along with family, Facebook friends and all such like. And on the first day I started this channel, I got 80 people subscribe. And I thought, well, hey, we're on the way. But you know what? Many of them watched that first video and have never watched a video since. And for a while, I got upset and hurt about that. But then I realised that, you know what? They're not interested in YouTube. A lot of them look at different things on YouTube and aren't in the slightest bit interested in what I talk about on here. Some of them just come on to watch music videos. And so you see, we can get upset and we can take things to heart if people don't like the things that we like. But that's just life. And it strikes me that we shouldn't worry too much if people don't like the things that we like. We all have family that care about us, but they care about us because we're family. They don't necessarily want to know the ins and outs of what we do during the course of a day. They certainly don't want to know if we're stamp collectors and we take the numbers off the fronts of trains and all that kind of thing. I have friends who like gardening, but for the life of me, I have no interest. If you've found that when you go and visit friends, when you start to talk about the things that you want to talk about, they seem to get a bit sidetracked and bring it back to what they want to talk about. Well, sadly, that happens a lot. Some of us are very lucky in that we have friends who are willing to listen to what we want to talk about and find it enlightening to learn about what others are doing. And sometimes they're not. And so what I'm saying to you is this: don't get upset. People don't care. And it's fine. It's fine, because there are people that we talk to that we don't care when we hear what they're talking about. But what we all do is we take it to heart when it's someone else and don't even think about it when it's us. This world we live in is a funny old world. And for very many of us, we look at things at such an angle that we kind of get upset when we feel we're not getting listened to. But the truth of the matter is, as we're all selfish, there are times when we do it too. So don't get too et up when you start to talk about things that you're interested in and people that you thought should care about your life aren't interested in it at all. It's just one of those things. We all like different things. We all have different hobbies. We like different kinds of movies. We like different kinds of music. We all like different stuff. So the next time you're feeling a bit hurt because one of your friends or your family doesn't appear to be listening to you, then don't worry about it, because it's not the end of the world. They're just being themselves. And if you'd like to click up there, I'm going to put another video on that I think will be of benefit to you, and I will see you over there.